Hey guys, this is Jordan Bellinger. Wanted to go over step 3 of how to buy a home. Step 3 is obtaining financial pre-approval. And you might go, well, I'm not looking to buy a house now, so why do I need to do that? And you might not, but you might need to. And so let's go over what financial pre-approval is. So when we put in an offer on a house to any seller, even a new build's going to go, hey, I want you to talk to my lender and make sure you're approved. But any pre-owned home, any new home, they're going to want to make sure that you're pre-approved. And the reason being is they don't want to waste their time on buyers out there that can't afford the home. And so when we put in an offer, their first question is going to be, as a selling agent, as the other side of the transaction, listing agent, they're going to go, where's your pre-approval? So we need that when we put in offers. But the other reason that we're going to need a pre-approval is because when you go in and for example, let's back up a little bit. A mortgage payment is typically your principal and interest, which is just like a car loan. So your principal is you're paying down the balance of that loan. The interest is what you're paying to borrow the money. Super simple. Principal and interest, that's a basic loan. That's like a car payment. That is built into your mortgage. But the mortgage has two other pieces in it in most people's situation. It's going to be taxes, which is property taxes, and insurance or property insurance. The reason those are rolled into your mortgage payment are they're large amounts. And so if you're not paying your taxes monthly in an escrow account, which most people are, it's going to be a large sum of money that you have to pay at the end of the year. It's typically up to you whether you want to escrow that or not. However, most people do. So when people talk about a mortgage payment, oh, my mortgage payment is this, they're typically talking about principal and interest, which is the loan side, property taxes, and your property insurance. So all of those things go into a mortgage payment. Now, when you talk to a lender, they're going to be able to go, okay, well, let's talk about the principal and interest side of things. So what is your credit score? What does your income look like? Yada, yada, yada. And that's going to give them an interest rate to calculate what does your principal and interest look like. Then they're going to go, what price point are you looking at? What area are you looking at? They're then going to be able to look at that property tax and go, here, based on the price point of house you're looking at, based on the area you're looking at, I estimate your property taxes to be about this much. So that's going to go principal, interest, property taxes. And then based on the value of the house and again, the location, they're going to estimate what your property insurance is going to cost. And they're going to put that all into one number. They can break it up for you too, but they're going to put it into one number and say, hey, this is the mortgage payment that I'm estimating for you based on the price point of house that you want to buy. And all of that goes into play. So that's the biggest reason, is because every now and then I find people that they come in, they're like, oh, I can afford this kind of house. And I say, great, how did you, are you calculating that on the price point of the house? Or are you calculating that on like your monthly payment? They're like, oh, my monthly payment, I calculated it online. I'm like, oh, where did you calculate it? Because a lot of these sites out there will not talk about insurance and property taxes. They'll only calculate your principal and interest. So we really need to look at everything. I have a calculator too. So if you just wanted some quick numbers, shoot me a message, comment below or whatever, and I'll get that over to you. But, and so it's like, okay, let's walk through this and look at a mortgage amount that actually includes all four of those items. And sometimes it's going to have PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, or MIP, which is mortgage insurance premium, I think. Sometimes it's going to have a PID in it, which is an additional tax, and it all depends on so many things. But we can calculate that, give you an idea. And so if you're going, hey, I want to spend, I want to budget up to $3,000 a month on a mortgage payment, we can backwards calculate that into figuring out what area, what price point, all of that stuff to figure out what you want. So that's the biggest reason why financial pre-approval is important. Secondly, let's say you're looking for a house in a year. It's still advisable to talk to a lender when you start deciding I'm going to buy a house at some point, because what they can do is they can either do a hard pull and pull your credit and pull everything, your income and all that stuff, and look at a full file, and they can help advise you on possibly, maybe they might give you a thumbs up. Hey, what you want, you are an A++ credit person or whatever, however they do that. You're good. You're solid. When you go to buy, you're going to be good. Or sometimes, and most of the time, they're going to go, hey, here's a couple of things in here that if you pay these down, if you change this, if you do that, by the time you come to buy in a year, your credit score is going to be higher or whatever's going to be higher, and you're going to get a better interest rate. And those are estimators, but they're pretty close. They're really good at this. And so they can estimate, hey, if you pay off this credit card that might have a $300 balance on it, your credit score is going to go up to this. Or if you do this on your credit, it's going to go up to this, and I can get you a better loan. And so that's why it might not be a good idea to wait till the last minute to get pre-approved, because if we can look at that file, and I don't look at it, but if the lender can look at the file, and I have awesome lenders in my pocket. In my pocket's not really a good. I mean, they're right there. They're in my favorites on my phone. They're people that I've done business with for a while. They are very good at what they do, and I just trust them with my clients. I trust them with my business. They help me do what I do, and vice versa. So I have great people that I can send you to get those numbers and figure out whatever you want to do. And sometimes I have clients that they'll just call them and talk to them, and they're like, yeah, okay, here's what you want. Here's what you want to do. Yeah, you're good. And not even pull anything, not even pull your income, now you're not going to get a pre-approval letter, but if you're not shopping, you don't need that. And so, but you can talk to them about, hey, here's my finances, here's my income, here's what I want to pay, here's this. And that lender can give you an idea of, well, how does that full picture look? Even without pulling anything, they can at least have that conversation with you and tell you, hey, you're solid, or hey, you need to move this and this, or hey, we probably want to take a look at your credit formally to get an idea of what we need to adjust to get you in a better spot down the road. So pre-approvals, super, super important. I knew I'd kind of go off on a tangent here. I don't get into the lending side. That is not what I do. That is not what I specialize in. And the lending world changes all the time. Literally all the time. Sometimes we're talking about something on Friday, and by Monday, it's different. So that's what pre-approval is. That is step 3 of the process. That is an unbelievable point of it's a very, very important piece of the whole puzzle of buying a house. Now, if you're paying cash, it doesn't matter. But if you are paying cash, you need to consider the interest rates, because the interest rates are super low right now. And because they're so low, it might make more sense of putting a little bit of money down into the house and taking the remainder of that cash that you would have bought with it, you would have put into the house, into other investments, so that you're making money on the house and you're making money in those other investments. So if that doesn't make sense, let me know. I'll kind of explain what I'm thinking here. But I've seen a lot of cash buyers, instead of buying things full out cash, they're financing 75% and they're putting 25 down, and they can buy 4 properties for the same amount of cash, or they can take the 25% into a house and take the 75% and put it into whatever else they're investing in. So yeah, so even if you're cash, you might want to get a loan. So anyways, that is step 3 of the process. And if you have questions, or you want me to put you in touch with one of our awesome, fantastic lenders that'll take really good care of you, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you on step 4, which is how to select properties. See y'all later. Bye.